Listen to the round of applause that has been afforded to Aaron Hamill as he heads down to Simon Beaumont. He's copying the rounds of the kitchen. Welcome back.
What do you do, Doug, in that
Optus
situation? You pick a bloke who wasn't matey with him?
Well, I think you probably do, and I just reckon too here, Dennis. You get there they go, 2 or 3 Carlton blokes. Manton's had a crack at him as well. Here they go.
Kuda Feedes is on Garrick, and here we go. The opening bounce, such an important match for both sides as Capuano who wins it. Have a guess who's at the bottom of that pack. Aaron Hamill getting an early touch and an early welcome back. Well, he'll be keen to get his hands on the leather in the opening couple of minutes. Carlton winning the toss, kicking to the left of screen. St Kilda has it slightly in their attacking zone. Burke firing instructions. Ratton waiting down. Hayes beautifully tackled by Ratton, and he's been pinged. Good start by Ratton as well. Gives it away to McKay. Up towards the half-forward line. Young trying to spoil from behind. Has interfered, and Carlton will get the first shot at goal. Trent Houghton did well last year, didn't miss a game. And here he is, firing from 50 metres, directly in front. The former Magpie. Going right into the square. Kuda Feedes is at the back. Gives a hand pass out like lightning. Goes back again towards Hickmott. Now Kuda Feedes had it, lost it. Back to the boundary line and over. Throw in the left forward pocket.
They've gone fairly tall, Sandy, in the forward line, Carlton, with Kuda Feedes starting forward. You got Houghton, you got Whitnell. The matchup of Whitnell and Delaney, a bit of a problem there, I reckon, for St Kilda.
Houghton over the top. Delaney slips the hand pass away. Burke in turn. This is Young. Running up towards half-back. Has a bounce. Slips over now. Now he's got a real problem. Hand passes towards the 50. Taken by Hume. He's got support. Ratton 25 metres out. And he's got it. Great start for the Blues.
Well, I mentioned in the preview the fact the handball there from Hume was very good. Young was under enormous pressure. He slipped. Obviously, he's going to be fairly slippery there down at ground level. This is a man I mentioned in the preview, had to be that goal kicker again. Last year he was terrific in their midfield. Not only winning the ball 30 or 40 times, but must kick 2 or 3 goals.
Great start by Ratton, who shared last year's Best and Fairest award. He gets there first, sharing with Scott Camberelli, who's not playing today. So Capuano sits underneath it. Hume tries to go through, couldn't take it cleanly, neither could Ratton. Voss at the bottom of the pack tries to get it out. Hickmott and Coke apply a gang tackle, and it will be another ball up. Virtually still in the middle.
Just watching Barry Hall, he started at full forward. Looks like Chris Massey's having a bit of a go at him. If I was Chris Massey, I'd be just taking a bit easy at the moment. Barry's be pretty keen to do well and be pretty fired up, I think.
A couple of interesting matchups. Lenny Hayes has a big job on Brett Ratton, the 2 number 7s. In the middle at the moment, there is Ratton. He's taken the points in the opening couple of minutes, but we've got a long way to go as yet.
Hamill under there.
Yeah, the move's being made now. I didn't think Delaney was the right matchup for Whitnell. Looks like Hutchinson now has come to Whitnell, and Delaney's on for Bowler.
Third time lucky in the middle. Porter gets a hand to it. Voss went through, couldn't take it. Houlihan is there. Coming in over the top, Ryan Houlihan.
I can't see Stuart Lowe, boys.
Started on the bench.
He's on the bench.
Started on the bench.
Okay, thank you.
Interesting down in the square. Hall, Rice, Massey.
I've been watching him.
You've got a feel for it, Dougie.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on the footy in the middle. And it's still in the middle because of that wonderful tackle of Ratton on Peckett.
Emergency umpires out there now. Massey making his point too.
Capuano wins it in the centre, but again, it's a battle to get it out. Eventually the Voss kick travels only as far as McKay. Puts it wide as Mansfield leads in the race to Burke. Cops one, and he'll take the free kick on centre wing. Michael Mansfield, the former Cat, looks up towards the 50. towards Koutafidis and co. They're all lurking there. Beaumont as well. Hand pass by Garrick to Young is okay. He gives it off to Peckett. Peckett, a little bit of time. Draws the player and gives it to Burke. Burke, another one across to Thompson, and the Saints are away.
Thompson down towards half forward. Here comes Hall. Fisted away by Massey. Back towards the middle. Voss missed it. Goes back after it. Untidy hand pass. Fletcher's got the one, but met solidly by Delaney. Great courage from Fletcher. Low down, and the umpire wants it as the sun breaks through. Well done by Fletcher.
Yeah, both players' eyes on the ball. It's a great contest there between Delaney and Fletcher.
Carlton by 6 points. Fletcher numbered 4-1 in that contest, though. Capuano thumps it down towards half forward. Bradley, good shepherd from McKay, releases Bradley, probing kick down towards half forward. Houghton in front. Young having trouble with his footing at the moment. Houghton slips away as a result, chips towards the pocket. Favola. Favola's got it 40 metres from goal. Nice spot with the prevailing breeze and a right footer.
Yeah, it looks like he's had a few problems. You called that right, Dennis. Matthew Young with his feet. Might be wearing the moulded stops, I'm pretty sure. You've got to get the screw-ins, even the short stops. This ground looks fairly slippery.
What do you think, Doug? Right goalpost?
Right goalpost. Yeah, I think you're right there, Dennis. Good call.
Thank you, Doug. Look at his luck. He hurt us too.
Oh, yeah. Well,
within earshot, he's a lucky man. Favola gets the goal.
Well, it's a great start for Carlton, and winning the ball out of the centre. As I said before, Mark Porter's a very important player in the contest. This is the man who, as you said before, Sandy had a terrific year, Trent Houghton, since coming across from Collingwood. Has a great kick, particularly kicking the ball across his body. And this is the man who really, I think, can play the game pretty well. And it's a great confident start for Favola as well.
So a good start by Carlton. Porter got a hand to it. Away comes Hume, firing out of the middle, and he blasts a worm-burning pass in towards half forward. No mark. Garrick at the bottom tries to throw it, almost threw it out. Peckett caught and ripped to the ground. Pressure on the St Kilda defence at the moment. The Hayes hand pass is okay. They get it up towards the centre of the ground, but straight down the throat of Fletcher. Look out, here's Cooter. 40 metres out, kicking from 45. And Carlton a chance to post their third goal. Well,
the St Kilda defence are under enormous pressure at the moment. The Carlton forward line put a lot of pressure. I'm not quite sure that the St Kilda player kicked that ball forward, turned the ball over. You just can't do it against a side of the quality of Carlton, particularly in their midfield. They'll punish you every time.
Cooter playing his 172nd game. Looking for an injury-free run and a return to that magnificent form that he showed for so much of last year. Look at that wonderful goal. Carlton has its third. Oh my hat, early trouble for St Kilda.
Well, certainly not the start that St Kilda was hoping for. Carlton have been terrific, and once again win the ball out of the centre. I think the player kicked that ball. May have been Delaney had turned the footy over to give the ball to Simon Fletcher. His kick was terrific to Anthony Koutafidis, and you know, he's a dangerous player when he goes forward. He's a very hard player to match up. He's been picked up by Fraser Garrick, so that could be good contest between those two players.
Koutafidis, 30 possessions last time these sides met. Third goal for Carlton right there. Capuano up high, wins it on the ground, kicks it down towards half forward. McKay, who's been in splendid form, sockers it out wide towards the boundary. Pursued by Thompson, it trickles across. Interesting matchup, that one. Maybe Thompson's got a negating role.
Yeah, I think Dennis, he may be changing on the ball at this stage with young Beethan. I think at this stage looks like Aussie Jones is playing on a half-back flank, picking up Ryan Houlihan.
Hume, nicely done to Ratton. Carlton getting all the footy at the moment. Koutafidis and Gehrig hanging on. No free kick. Koutafidis found it on the ground. Houlihan overran it, picked up by Jones. That's better to Voss. Voss boots it down towards half forward. Hamill coming across hard. Should have got a free kick. And will. Aaron Hamill at right half forward. Things change in life. Hamill off a step, goes in short. This is Gale. Glad there aren't any former Docker fans here. He kicks in towards centre half forward. Big pack at the drop. Opportunity in front. Rice gets the hand pass away. Porter swings it back towards the middle. Voss inside the centre square. Will send it back in for the Saints. They trail by 18 points. High ball down towards full forward. Hall is down there. Good strong mark. One-on-one with Massey.
I just reckon the Mark Porter kick out of the fence was pretty ordinary. I just think he didn't really look here. I think he had plenty of time. Then again, when you say that, you know, you've got to be told that you're clear as well. I don't think there's much talk really that appeared down in deep in their defence for Carlton. And the ball turned over. Boss has been pretty good, hasn't he? He's had a pretty good year so far for the St Kilda side since coming from the Brisbane Lions.
Interesting too that Porter compounded his problem after he kicked it. He stood and watched the kick. He needed to get back and give a contest on Hall. He missed out by about 3 paces. Hall kicks the goal.
Well, in the meantime, it looks like Matthew Capuano's having a bit of a spell on the bench. Stewie Lowe's on the ground for his first run. He's gone straight into the ruck. Well, that's a good start here for a good answer back for St Kilda with Barry Hall down at full forward. But good for his confidence too, because we know quite well the last couple of weeks he's been playing in the back line. I think he's better suited in the forward line, Barry Hall.
Is Massey a good matchup?
Not sure there. Maybe Manton. I reckon maybe a Manton there, Dennis. Sorry, Sandy.
Stuart Lowe, game number 299. Closing in on Barry Breen's club record. Tries to get the handball out. Does so at a second attempt. That was good. Hudson, very quick. Beetham, he's away. Caden Beetham puts the Saints inside 50 towards Barry Hall again. Big pack of players. Hall was there but couldn't take it. Hamill's at the bottom once more. And there'll be a bounce 35 metres out from the St Kilda scoring zone.
He's been in that position a few times already, hasn't he?
Has he what? Worst part about it, he's right in front of the Carlton Social Club too. He's going to get a fair cook every time he goes near it in front of them.
12 points the margin. Carlton kicking the first 3 goals of the match. Flick back towards the Saints goal. Thompson tried to get clear. Bradley comes in over the top but can't get an effective spoil. That kick is high but it's wide. And 1 point only to Milne and St Kilda. Rice wasting no time. Heading to the outer side, finding Beaumont. Mansfield now at half-back. Thought about Bradley. Perhaps should have given him more thought. Will Gale get him? Not quite, but he's applied enough pressure to keep it on Hume. Hume is equal to the task, however. He comes out of the middle, goes up towards half-forward. Lowe gets caught, loses the footy. Hamill tries to get it. Can't get clear. They've still got possession though, but McKay might chop it off. He's on centre wing. Andy McKay up towards centre half forward. But Maxey gets another try at it. He just missed him. Gives it to Voss off to Peckett. Now the run of Delaney. He goes to ground. Tries to give it away quickly. Does so towards Aussie Jones. Aussie's away on the outer side of Optus. Low kick, not a good one. Porter ducked his head, managed to get the hand pass to Houlihan. Houlihan flicks it up towards the half-forward line. Houghton, another one. Here's Ratton, 47 metres from home. He goes for goal, but he pulls it way to the left, and it is out of bounds on the full.
I think Dennis said before that it's fairly windy down there at ground level. The foot skills from both sides so far hasn't been that flash. There's been a lot of turnovers. Take your time, look where you're kicking the football.
There's Thompson. And the Saints slipping and sliding a bit too. Hayes up towards half-back. Beetham. Back to Hayes. Set him a task. He's over the ball. He slipped over. Hume comes through. 65 metres out. Well played. Delaney dragged down. Missed by Thompson. Backing up is Gehrig. Who's undefensive 50. Swings it out wide. Low. Moyle lacking support. Takes on the man in front. Fletcher gets by him too. Kicks down towards half-forward. Well played. Everett's got it. 55 metres out. Goes across the ground. Spotting Voss. Voss meters in the clear. Question of accuracy. Has he got it? No. And behind should have done better.
They really break your heart, don't they, those ones? I mean, it was a great setup there from the St Kilda side. That young kid, I think it was Brett Moyle. I like the way he plays his football. Took the punt, took Fletcher on, got around him. Great kick there to set that play up by Spite Everett. You got to kick those goals.
Bradley brings it into Massey. Pretty good crowd build up here at Optus Oval now. That's good to see. Spider Everett having the new coloured hair this week. He's opted for the darker side. Houlihan caught, loses it. Spider in the thick of things there. Comes in towards the centre of the ground now. Well, straight back again. They're going to be all right. Kosicki in towards the middle. Caden Beetham sneaks clear. Kicks up towards full forward. Hall, Manton, Hall, Massey there also. Bradley at the back. Finds the boundary line. Throw in the left forward pocket with St Kilda in attack. And don't forget, of course, all your football news and information. You can log on to i7sport.com.au and it's just there waiting.
Free kick.
And he's plucked one out of here. Dougie, what's he done?
Looks like Lenny Hayes has got the free kick there, Sandy. And
did you see what it was for?
No, I didn't. It may have been a hold in the jumper decision. It looks like Michael Mansfield. I'm pretty sure Craig Bradley has the job on Lenny Hayes, who looks like playing on a half-forward flank. Bradley playing up a half-back flank. Bit of surprise, particularly with Camperale out of the side.
Well, big chance for the 21-year-old to score St Kilda's second. Just 25 metres out and a slight angle that shouldn't cause too many problems. He's kicked it. Hayes gets his first. St Kilda gets its second.
Well, it's just some of the younger players of St Kilda really have put their hand up over the last couple of minutes. Here we see Everett. This is the one we're talking about, the free kick. Yeah, the kick was out. I don't think he had possession of the football there. Where Spider tapped it down there to young Lenny Hayes. There's been a couple of younger players. I touched on Moyle, and then of course now we'll see Lenny Hayes kick that goal. And Beetham's had a bit of the football as well in the centre of the ground. Been pretty good.
So the Saints have done well. They've steadied after Carlton put to the opening 3 goals. And probably, on balance of play, should be in front now. They've missed a couple of easy ones. Porter goes up, fisted down towards half forward. Hickmott over the ball. Hand passes at Goldwood. Houlihan went to ground. Jones has got the speed and breaks away. Swings it out very wide. Hayes gathers the bouncing ball. Close to the boundary line. Little chip pass into space. Running down the ground, Voss coming across on the angle. McKay. They work it nicely. Fletcher, Hickmott. Sweeping hand pass. This is Plunkett. Around the outer side, down towards half foot. Beautiful kick. Whitnell took it. Trips the light, fantastic. Pulls it back towards the middle. Ratton comes across. Couldn't take the mark. Ratton is hurt. Taken by Lowe. Smothered off the boot for Vola. Ratton on his knees. Plunkett swings it back towards the pocket. Missed down there by Young. Got the hand pass away though. And eventually they steady. Kosicki got it from Thompson. Swings it wider towards right half back. This is Moyle. Leaders in the clear. Nowhere really to kick. Porter sensing. Came across. Good feel for it. Kicks down towards the half forward line for Bowler. Misses the mark. Hume waits. Picks it up. He's got the crumb. Hard on the boundary line. Pulls it back. Interesting bounce. Teach that at training. Ratton grabs it. Swings around. He's off target behind.
Ratton okay though, and Koutafidis looks though having a run on the ball.
Yeah, it looks like that's Sandy having a bit of a run on the ball. Good play by Whitnell. I think the kick come down the ground from Jimmy Plunkett. Good to see Jimmy Plunkett opportunity again. I think he was with the Western Bulldogs last year. Had a very good Ansett Cup series too, I think, Jimmy Plunkett.
That was a hard knock to Ratton. Okay is relative.
He's tough, isn't he, Ratton?
Yeah. Peckett pulls that kick in and he may pay a price. Houghton can't take advantage of it. Lowe holds it up on the half-back line.
Still reckon when you're in doubt kicking out from full back, I just like to kick the ball long, you know, get outside 50 metres instead of trying to create something or make something out of nothing. You just can't do it all the time.
Lowe, Houghton, Koutafidis tried to take it with the one hand. Beetham also went through. Jones got a touch, but that was all. Here's a nice little steal. Well done by Freeborn. Up towards full forward, but across the face of goal, Delaney sees it go out in front of Favola. Delaney and Beaumont, an interesting couple. One St Kilda and one Carlton, but they share a Jaffel shot together. Good day for Jaffels, really. Pretty cool. Houghton plucks it out of the air, but then kicks it out of bounds on the full. Does Trent Houghton. Blues bench hasn't been extensively used as yet. Delaney, one of the Saints' running defenders, a wobbly old mongrel punt is anything but pretty, mind you. Speaking of pretty, Lance, that was not. Have a crack, Dennis.
Well, Dennis and Sam, I'm just watching here. Spider Everett's playing at centre half forward. His opponent's Glenn Manton. I drag him back into the goal square. I mean, the height difference is unbelievable.
Beckett. Little chip up towards Thompson, the defensive side of right centre wing. 20 plays 14. Carlton on top. Kicks it down towards half forward. Kudafiti's in best position. Manton in from the side. They spoiled each other. Picked up by McKay. Clever hand pass. Heard the voice. Hume is run down by Hamill. Well, that's an interesting one. I thought the tackle actually locked the ball in. Watch it again. Did he have a chance to dispose of it?
I think he had time, Dennis. It looked like he wanted to try and kick it. And then at the end, when he was tackled by Hamill, he tried to handball it. All that decision was pretty good.
Hamill across the ground. Favola drops the mark. Plays on, recovers, gets away, swings it out wide. Hume another chance then. Tracking it out towards left half forward. Kaczynski hot on his hammer. Gets it across to Beaumont. No one is deep. Bacon square. Will it run on? It will. Beaumont. Goal.
Well, it happens to you all the time when you turn the footy over. I think it was Aaron Hamill. His opponent is, I'm pretty sure, Simon Beaumont. He comes down and kicks a goal. You just got to use the ball a lot better. And here we are, we see Beaumont. He looked across the centre of the ground. He had 2 or 3 teammates in the Carlton side at centre half forward. But he took the punt, kicked the ball to the square, and the ball rolled through. A good goal by Simon Beaumont.
Again, a 12-point margin with under 6 minutes remaining. Capuano beaten by Porter. Freeborn says to Hickmott, get out of my way, I'm trying to come through. But Nathan Burke says no one's going anywhere at the moment.
Looks like young Justin Kaczynski is on the ground, Sandy, at the moment. He's gone to the half-forward flank, picking up Trent Houghton. Not a bad match up there.
The boy from Brocklesby in New South Wales. Good luck to him. One of the high draft picks. There's Houlihan kicking down towards the forward line once again. Carlton suddenly coming with a little bit of a rush for Bowler. Couldn't take it cleanly. Oh, they're under pressure, the St Kilda defence, but Jones does well towards Hudson, who gets a second bite, giving across to Lenny Hayes. Another one finds Delaney. St Kilda out of trouble towards Hamill. Marks in front of Beaumont. Running for him is Beetham. Got to get round McKay. Pops it over the top. It's going to be okay again towards Marsh. Marsh goes wide to Peckett. Peckett's tucked in the pocket. Needs to bend it back on the breeze. Or House Barry to take a mark. Can't do neither. And Mills sees it over the line from behind.
Just made hard work of it, the Saints then. I mean, had 4 or 5 possessions there. A couple of handballs, a little bit lucky just to get the ball forward. And the kick really hoped from Peckett to kick a goal from that angle was very, very hard.
McKay's been very good early on. The 2 South Australians combined, and that wasn't too good from Craig Bradley. Straight down the throat of Spider Everett.
Everett inside the centre square, probing kick, going back with great courage. Plunkett coming up behind him was Hall. He would have known that. Bradley gets a hand pass away. This is Massey. Not the place to bounce it. Now he's got a problem. Burke slides in, slapped away by Hickmott, picked up by Gale, tackled by Plunkett. Back comes Burke. Burke 52 metres out, kicks towards the pocket. Missed down there by Milne, diving in. Well played by Beaumont. McKay got it to Freeborn. Swings it wide. This is Doring from half back. Doring kicks down towards half forward. For Bowler again. Almost a push out. Delaney got a hand to it. Peckett arrives. Coming through Kaczynski. He ran into a dead end supplied by Ratton. And the umpire calls for a bounce about 55 metres out. The umpires today, Dorr, Bozzo and McInerney.
How many times you see McKay get tackled and he just somehow gets the ball clear with a hand? I mean, he's just a terrific player.
Carlton 4-2, St Kilda 2-3. Here's the bounce. Approaching quarter time. Moyle offers step up towards the wing. Beetham, and that is debut against Carlton last season. Marked it, plays it off. Thompson across the ground. Everett being pursued by Manton. Well, that's ambitious. Everett knocked it back to his own advantage. Manton dives on top of the foot. He goes looking for Bradley. Oh, great Shepherd released in Fletcher. Bradley hand passes to Beaumont. Gets it wide to Hickmott. Again, it's a vacant square. Where will he go? Not a good option. Capuano.
Steadies to Delaney. Marsh says, go over my head. You've got Moyle on the half back line. Moyle Turns During inside out, kicks towards the middle. Mackay again, he's just about best on ground at the moment. Off to Ratton, it's a high ball in towards full forward once again. Favola was a flyer, couldn't take it. The Burke hand pass towards Garrick, he's under pressure, he's caught. Mackay ball, Kuda-Fides, Kuda! One behind.
Once again, Mackay there, I just touched on him a minute ago. When he gets tackled, he just finds a way of getting his hands free. I can't work St Kilda out. They've got a marking forward line of Hamill. You've got Everett match up against Manton. You've got Barry Hall there. Get the ball long and directly in your forward line. And don't chip it around and muck around the football. Get it in directly.
Spoken, Douglas.
Feel better?
I do. I mean, you get annoyed sometimes when players overuse.
Settle down because Bradley's taken it from Porter. And he's gone inboard now. A chance for Carlton once again to walk from Plunkett towards full forward. The mark not taken. Delaney gives it off to Garrick. Garrick, short little chip pass is going to be okay to Voss. He's on the outer side and he's got Hudson even wider. Maxie's clear on half back and he goes back to Voss.
Voss, interesting. Thompson running up towards the wing, kicks down towards half forward. Everett, that's better. Everett about 80 metres from goal, goes for distance. Hall, nudged Massey underneath it, taken by Beetham, feeds it back towards the middle. This is Peckett, should kick a goal from here, and he does. That's better. They use the key position players.
Well, I think you're right, Dennis. I mean, we've just watched the last 4 or 5 minutes. They've chipped the ball around. They've overused it by foot and hand. Barry Hall a bit lucky, I thought, on this occasion. Once we have a look at it, oh, no, it wasn't a lot in that. No, it was fair enough by the umpire there. Good hands there by young Caden Beetham to find Justin Peckett. I think Peckett may be playing in a back pocket unless he's come up to the forward line. Good running by him and a good goal.
162 games, Dougie, and it's his 20th career goal.
Is that right, Sandy?
Justin Peckett.
It's been good, hasn't he?
So there's a kick in it. Nearing quarter time. Capuano wins it. Moyle pounces on it. Can't get it out. Eventually it's a Porter who gets a second grab. Kicks towards the half-forward line. Ratton, the advantage is paid. Gives it off to little Jimmy Plunkett. What are you going to do, Jimmy? 42 metres. Well, he ran out of room.
I reckon he did, Sandy, and I just thought he didn't want to go to the left side of the body. I don't think he had a left foot then. I think that the option was there to go to the left side. He refused to go there, got on his preferred right. There we go, we can see it right now. There you go, left foot there. Doesn't want to do it.
Didn't they make a film about that, Dave? My left foot.
My left foot.
To the outer side. Capuano. 7-point margin to Carlton at the moment. Towards centre wing. Beaumont a little too far up. That's a good mark by his opponent in Hamill. And they continue to boo. He's just got to accept that he's going to cop that for the afternoon. Kazitsky's hand pass is going to be okay. Here's an opportunity for the Saints as Beetham goes goalwards. It's marked, but was it inside? Milne has got it. He'll be able to see barely daylight.
Left foot.
Unless he goes round onto the left foot. He does.
Good.
And he's cut the lead to just 1 point. Milne gets his first. And his first goal in league football. Congratulations.
Well, this is one of the kids I mentioned, Dennis and Sandy, in the preview that I saw last week. Showed some signs that this kid can play. Here we are, we see Beetham once again. I think it was Kaczynski who came down the ground to get that handball across to Beetham. And Milne, intelligent play, played on to his left side. Great stuff by the young player.
Plenty of interest in this opening term then. A point the difference, 4-4-4-3, and Hamill has been pretty important in this term. Don't worry about that. Ratton, high ball. They'll contest still inside the centre square. Drops to Hume. Liked his game as well. To Whitnell, who pulls it down towards full forward. Kuda-Fides in front. Gehrig hanging on perhaps. Gehrig tries to knock it across. Kazitsky's got it now. Well played by the big man. Hayes, Hudson. Good to see him back. Runs it up towards half-back. Max Hudson on the siren. Kicks it up towards the wing. And it's quarter time. And the Saints have given Carlton plenty to think about. Some of the stars missing today. Camporelli, a late withdrawal. Lappin, who's been very good on the forward line for Carlton. And, of course, Robert Harvey out of the Saints team. But despite all of that, it's close. Carlton 4-4-28, St Kilda 4-3-27, and so far in the game we've got 8 goal scorers for the Blues: Ratton, Vavola, Beaumont and Koutafidis, bearing in mind Carlton booted the first 3. For the Saints, Peckett, Hayes, Hall and Milne. Quarter time, and it's Carlton by just a point, 28-27.
Second quarter then here at Optus. 1 point the difference, favouring Carlton. Stuart Lowe on the ball up against Porter, and the latter wins it. They get it down towards the half-forward line. Hodgson leads in the race. He's made a welcome return too. Kazitsky looks pretty good. Put young Voss under the pump. Kazitsky ducked his head, goes again. Hayes gives it to Hodgson, another one to Jones. So around they go and up to a congested half-forward line. Porter, in the end, flying alone. Laterally to Manton. Plays on quickly to Massey. Massey wide to Fletcher, who's clean bowled. And there'll be a throw in almost on centre wing. Good crowd, good conditions, and a pretty good contest unfolding here. Pretty tight and low. Peckett, a goal kicker in the first quarter, was Justin Peckett. Hamill turned inside out almost, but recovered. Moyle crumbing, but no one at home. Manton only needs a kind bounce. And no Barry Hall. And luckily for him was okay. McKay picks up another possession as he gives it to Chris Massey. He's on the outer side. Garrett got in front, but he couldn't get his hands on the ball. At the back is Jones. Aussie almost down to centre wing. Gives it away to Thompson, goes back again. Running out of room as he gets his kick. And taking the mark is Moyle. Still outside 50. He goes into the pocket. It's a shocker. What a waste. Out of bounds on the full.
It's a good build-up, wasn't it? I mean, from their back line. Aussie Jones has been pretty good for half-back flank so far in this game.
High ball towards the outer side. Coming over the top, Gale knocked it down. Moyle, a chance to make amends, goes back to Gale. Gale with his right foot, not his best offering, down towards full forward. Here's a chance for Milne, running away from goal. Goes back to a couple of players, throws it on the boot, but the finish isn't there. It's out of bounds on the full.
I tell you what, it's terrific work by the young Stephen Milne, but the handball was there.
He got the gold medal for the build-up.
He did, terrific build-up, but once you beat your 2 or 3 or make that 4 or 5 opponents, you got to kick the goal, son.
He's thinking there, how good was that?
He was dancing, wasn't he?
The time to think it when it splits the middle. There goes Bradley. High ball outside the 50 over the top corner. Was that a free kick to Lowe? Play on. Play on's the call. It comes across to Voss. It was a free. Advantage was paid. This is Hayes off his step. Pops it back inside the 50. Clears the pack. Leading back in the race down there is Hamill, close to the boundary line. Met solidly. And again. And the ball goes out of bounds.
I've just got a gut feeling, boys, that every time he goes for the ball, I think he's going to be crunched. The male may have run out to the players. Let's have a go at him.
It's hard to boo when you hope he'll get cleaned up. A lot of the booing was choked off there. They thought, here's a go. Tossed it in the pocket, taken by Everett, upended. He had the black hair. It floats down towards full forward. The mark is taken by Manton. Looking a little like the Rock with the elbow guard on one elbow.
Oh, my hat.
No, his elbow. He drives it back towards half-back. In front, Doring got it away. Fletcher, Hickmott, well played. This is Plunkett running up towards the wing. High ball towards half-forward. Going back is Gehrig, and that's a clever mark considering the opposition. He plucked it away from Koutafidis. Kazetsky, who looks a player, just having trouble adjusting to the tempo at the moment. Down goes Fletcher, and Fletcher will get the free kick. Kazetsky's got all the moves. It's just he's not quite quick enough at the moment. Getting plenty of the ball. Fletcher from half-back. And that's the easy bit, I think, adjusting to the tempo. Mark. There he goes again. Kazetsky going back, taking the mark. Tempo comes, doesn't it, Doug?
It does, no doubt about that, Dennis. And he shows all the signs that this kid can play the game.
Down towards half-forward, off hands. They bounce off each other. Manton took a while. Gets the hand pass away to Fletcher. The hand pass in turn finds Beaumont on the bounce. cuts a path through the middle, lays it into the path of Hickmott, tracking it out towards the wing.
Well done.
Kick. Well done down there by Hudson. Then he fumbled. Over the top comes Freeborn. They lock it in. Whistle, ball up.
I think you mentioned before, Dennis or Sandy, that Max Hutchton back in the defence really does make him look a lot better. I mean, he left his opponent, which was Lance Whitnell. You can see it was 10.5 foot on his own. Great play by Max Hutchton then.
I think Fraser Garrigan had to be fairly happy with his start today too.
Yeah, he's been good on Cooter, hasn't he?
Just to point the difference. That was the score at quarter time. There's been no change. Nice and tight as Packett comes away. Crosses the centre now with a bounce. He's already kicked one. Don't tell me he's going to have another crack. Barry Hall's his target. Interfered with and will receive the free kick. Massey looked as though he was taking him dancing.
Yeah, he's wrong there, Chris Massey, if he's going to have a go at the umpire here. Let's have another look at it again. For a start, you're over the shoulder and you're hanging on as well. So
That
free
was quite
kick was
emotional.
there.
Dirty dancing.
Yeah.
You're right, dirty dancing. I tell you what, that trip across the Nullamore's done you the world of good.
It's the heights.
You're fresh and you're ready.
It's those heights.
Barry Hall, 45-degree angle and 45 metres. This to put St Kilda in front for the first time in the match. Starting it in the right spot. It's coming back beautifully, and the Saints lead as Big Bad Bustling gets his second goal and his first for this quarter.
Well, already the Saints look better down their forward line with Barry Hall at full forward, and of course Bite Everett and Aaron Hamill down there. It's been their back line has been given a fair bit of run for the St Kilda side. Peckett once again coming down the ground. He's already kicked the goal, which he did in that first quarter. And Ozzie Jones, the half-back flank's been very good for him as well as Max Hutchton's been terrific.
So a real test coming up here for the Blues, bearing in mind they booted the opening 3 goals of the game, and now it's 5-3 to 4-4. Need to be careful. Saints looking much better at the moment. Lowe goes up decisively, got it down to Beetham. Ratton, guess who, digs it out of the middle, floats it down to half forward. Well defended. Jones got a fist on it. Chance for Koutafidis. On his left foot, Koutafidis down towards full forward. Mark is missed by Delaney. No, it's paid and fairly. Plays on, gets it to Jones. He seemed to control it before it was knocked away. Kazitsky takes the mark at half back, lays it off. This is Hutchton, slips. Interesting, goes back towards the kickoff line. Jones tracks it back there, a little confused. Goes in short. Opportunity for Hayes, and Hayes does well. Drives it back towards centre field. Saints have got the numbers. Thompson slips the hand pass away. Delaney crushed by Thompson. It comes to Ratton, the hand pass to Houlihan. Houlihan lines up and kicks a goal. And you would hate that if you followed the Saints. It was like the Keystone Cops in there.
Well, I think it all started with Max Hutchton down in their back line. I thought he was going to come out wide when he was under a bit of pressure. He tried to kick it over to Ozzie Jones. They probably had 4 or 5 possessions. There we are. We see Delaney and it looked like Thompson and McKay just smash into each other. The ball turned out here to Houlihan, which I think is the opponent of Ozzie Jones. So bad play there by the St Kilda side.
Much needed goal for Carlton. It's been a while. Low beaten by the charging Porter. Jimmy Plunkett was at the bottom and he gave it to Ratton. They're deep into attack again. Pushed wide, Jones. Ridden into the ground by Houlihan. Look out for Hickmott. He's tucked in the pocket. Slaps it in a la Wayne Harms. And slaps it over for one behind with Fraser Gehrig taking it. 2 points the margin.
Looks like Mark Porter's playing a kick behind the play here for Carlton as that loose man probably across half back.
Jones pinpointed Beetham. Had to be accurate, and he was. He's got Milne on centre wing. Kazitsky's running with him. A couple of youngsters. He'll do the shepherding. Milne puts them inside 50. Here comes Barry Hall again. McKay cuts across in front. Loose it. Hall bending it back. But spinning away to the left. That's not what he wanted. One behind.
He just looks a different player down forward, Barry Hall, doesn't he? I mean, we've seen him over the last few weeks playing in the back line. Appears to be lost. He looks like his confidence back so far in this game.
McKay thought about Manton short after taking it from Beaumont. Perhaps Massey's an option, and he is. Still on half back, but he can come wide towards Plunkett. Into the side this week is young Jimmy. And bouncing his way around the centre wing area, kicking towards Whitnell. Caught one on the scon, gives it across to Ratton. He's in trouble and is going to get a free kick. Perhaps a little fortuitous there for Carlton. Plays on quickly to Fletcher. Fletcher's got Porter from a standing start. He can have a shot. 52 metres. Won't come back. Won't come back. Kuda's kicked the goal. So that is his second. And all of a sudden, 2 quick goals to Carlton. And they are back for the moment in control.
It's very hard to pick this mark up here by Anthony Koutafidis, which I think he did mark. Yes, he did mark and kick the goal.
Good little catch.
It was a good little mark, wasn't it? Yeah, terrific play there by Koutafidis. At this stage, appears to be playing in the goal square, picked up by Fraser Gehrig. Kicked 2 goals, so it's been fairly even so far.
I was just talking about the seriousness of the situation 2 centre bounces ago. On both occasions, it was Ratton who got it out. See what happens here. Carlton 6-5, St Kilda 5-4. Rucks go at it. Spills wide this time. Hume collides with Voss. Back goes Hume. Tried to go to Rice. Beetham's got it. Spins out of trouble. Kicks inside the 50. Manton goes back over the top. Almost Everett. Trying to get through Bradley. Tackled by Everett. Spills out. Chance for Freeborn.
Voss in trouble behind play.
Freeborn drives it towards the outer side. Showing pace out there is Hunston coming across. Hayes did well. Freeborn following up though. Lays a tackle holding the ball. Well, Freeborn drove it out of the 50 and ran up the ground. He kicks towards the wing. Ratton is out there. Fingertips to it. Slipped. Here's a chance for Jones. Back to his own goal. Pops it across towards the middle. Thompson at half back lays it off. This is Peckett. The Saints could do with the next one. Off a step towards the boundary. Gathered on the half volley by Jones. Hugs the boundary with a kick. Moyle's got it just forward of the wing.
Has a look towards half forward. Where is big guns? Manton was at the back, but he's got his ruckman in front. That was good play by Porter. Held a good mark. Again, another St Kilda thrust. For the moment is thwarted. Koutafidis uses his bulk and says to Kaczynski, get out of my way. Gives it to Hume. Hume gets caught. Not before he gives it to Whitnell. Whitnell's 45 out. Shoots towards goal. And is just off target, one behind. Gee, Kuda came out like a runaway train. 6-6. Plays 5-4.
That man Mark Porter once again just lurking around that half back line. A great mark by he set that play up. Particularly when you've got players like Hamill, Everett and Hoare down in their marking options. A good move by Wayne Britton to play him that kick behind the play.
Peckett looking towards Capuano. Kaczynski is there as well. Boundary line might beat them both. Saints making a change. Don't forget all your football information comes your way on i7 Sport. Log on to our website. You can see that there, i7sport.com.au. Nice to see Voss up and about again. Kaczynski. Peckett. Smothered. You'd see it coming, but he goes again, does Justin. But so too does Freeborn. And Lenny Hayes. Delaney, good control. Off to Jones. Tumbling punking across the centre. Chopped off by the left-footed Beaumont. Chipping short, he wanted Plunkett, but it wasn't short enough. They might make him pay in towards full forward. At the back is Rice. Almost gave away the free kick. Well, he grabbed the jumper, didn't he? But it was just a tiny little touch that it was enough for the umpire to spot it. And Milne will take the free kick. He wastes no time playing on in the pocket. Moyle takes the mark.
Pretty cool head. Here's the replay here.
Just a little
slight
one,
wasn't it? Yeah.
He almost disguised it. I mean,
it's a cool head, young Milne, isn't he? I mean, he sets the play up. He shows a lot of potential.
Yep, tough kick for a left footer this one, though.
Yeah, it is. Let's see what he can do. He's a talented youngster, Moyle. Coming back now, but the big pack ensures that one behind will be the result as it's smashed over.
Harder for him to go right goalpost, Doug. Low, stretching. Manton, meantime, short to Beaumont. Beaumont in his own defensive 50. Carlton 6-6 and Kilda 5-5. Manton Across the ground, Massey. I'd like to sit next to you at a horror show. There goes the ball up towards the wing. Taken by Plunkett.
I get the feeling you'd rather be with the Rock.
Hume down towards half forward. Geary got a timely fist on this one. Thumps it back. Jones, he's been pretty handy too. Intercepted, fixed him. Koutafidis gets it across. Doring kicks it towards the pocket. Now Hickmott, a question of accuracy. Measures it, tries to bend it back. Misses. Curses his luck.
Any particular movie in mind, Dennis?
No, any of those. You know the ones.
Right out of 13th. And
Village of the Damned.
The Exorcist. The Evil Dead.
One. No, I avoid them
We've
all.
got him here. I love it.
Oh, dear.
Saturday afternoon football on C7, and we've got a throw in.
Just starting to overuse the ball again, the Saints. I reckon probably out of the 6 goals of Carlton, probably 3 or 4 have been turnovers by St Kilda's poor disposal.
Simon Wiggins getting his chance today, and good luck to him. Here's Houlihan. Wiggins in that last match of play.
Guts.
Ratton, just one of the most courageous players going around and getting some encouragement from the Carlton supporters.
Hickmott got the free kick, did he? There.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he's going to take it. Well, we saw him just a couple of minutes ago miss one. Plunkett's coming from the ground as Hickmott shoots for goal. 45-degree angle. He shouldn't have a problem with this, and he doesn't. He cruises and he puts through his first goal. So Carlton, after St Kilda gave them a bit of a scare early on in this second quarter, have rallied Douglas with 3 goals.
They have, Sandy. A bit of breathing space now. Carlton have got over here. We see Houlihan is playing on a half-forward flank, screw the ball over. Free kick there was against Peckett, who gave it to Hickmott. I like Hickmott. The good thing about Hickmott is when the ball goes forward, he will keep it in his area. He'll tackle, chase, harass. He's been a good pickup from Geelong.
7-7-5-5. There's the time remaining in the second term. Quite a chilly day at Optus. Big crowd now. Vital game for both these clubs. Ruckman go at it. Capuano did brilliantly. Hayes, though, too slick. It bounced off the chest of Thompson. And they'll do it all again. Just needed to take it cleanly out of the middle. Thompson was on his way, but over a metre, that was pretty hard. So here's the bounce, 10 metres, St Kilda's way. They're down by 14 points now. Can ill afford the Blues to get the next one. Porter slapped it down. Hume, who's been strong, goes after it again. Number 27 applying the tackle on Voss. As Sandy said, he seems to be okay. Another bounce. Favours Capuano. Over the top, Porter. Hayes going nowhere. Tackled by Hume. Culprit's there. Voss is there. And the umpire Michael Vozzo, is getting tired. His 4th bounce in the space of a minute and a half. One down by Porter. I'd suggest a free kick would be coming up if they don't clear it this time. Burke gets a hand pass away. Releases Lawrence forward of the wing. Pulls it back towards the middle. Rice with courage. Got a fist on it. Here's a chance for Gale. Worked out of it by McKay. Gale battles on. McKay gets the hand pass to Rice. In trouble. Throws it on the boot. Well played. Hickmott almost a one-hander. Quickly away to Ratton. He was smart too. Got it across to Hume. Hume goes down towards half forward. Gehrig peels off. Takes it nicely. Looping hand pass. Kozetzky close to the boundary line. Oh, teeters on the brink, but doesn't go into the crowd. So a boundary throw in on the wing. There's Hickmott. Valiant attempt at the mark. Gehrig did well as well. Backed himself to come off Koutafidis.
Capuano winning it again. Can St Kilda take advantage? Hamill cleverly done to Burke. Taps it over towards Hayes. Hayes goes back to Milne. From the wing position, he goes in towards half forward. Massey's at the back in front of Barry Hall, and he gets a high kick back towards centre. Good mark by Gehrig. Koutafidis went not paid.
Yes,
played on, Alexander.
Played on. Here's Kuta in trouble. Comes wide towards centre wing, and Heath Culprit takes the mark. Culprit looks up towards right half forward. There he's got Hume. Just got to get around Delaney. Decides to go over the top and spears the pass in towards Whitnell. Delaney comes over the top of him. And a bone-crunching affair. Hayes is the meat in the sandwich. Hickmott's got him tied up.
I just wonder why Fraser Gehrig played on in that heavy traffic. There was about 3 or 4 Carlton players around. He did all the hard work by losing Kilda to take that mark. Go back when you're in that situation.
St Kilda, enormous use of the ball in the handball department, 80 to 52. Capuano couldn't take it. Ratton again. Does well. That's free ball. Lawrence is the man on the mark.
It's about stretching the distance, I think.
Yeah, he's not a prolific goal kicker, but let's see what he can do from 50 metres. Into the square, need a mark or someone at the back, and it is Gehrig who just decides to take it up. 7-8 with just under 6 minutes remaining in the first half.
That was an interesting kick, wasn't it? Just
yeah,
trying to caress it up there.
He did. He didn't really kick through the footy then, Dennis. He just tried to guide the ball through.
Stewie Lowe prowling the boundary as the kick comes in. Plenty of distance on it too. Capuano up there with Whitnell, fell at their feet, picked up by Mansfield. They're out crumbing them at the moment. Porter gets the hand pass away to Houghton. That's Carlton out crumbing St Kilda. Houghton goes long. Back there is Gehrig. Ball's a metre out. Gehrig forces another behind. He's racking up a total down there. 7-9-5-5.
In the bit of the ball on that occasion, Fraser Gehrig. I thought he really marked that one with the kick from Trent Houghton.
Ozzie Jones got some distance on his last kick. Goes for distance again, off about a step that time. Big pack at the drop. Porter tried to fist it back in. Hayes could have been pushed in the back. The ball's not coming out. And the umpire decides to ball it up. Umpire Vozzo, who's just about bounced out.
So it's in the half-forward region. Carlton have done the bulk of the attacking since the early stages of this quarter, when the Saints came with a rush and a couple of quick goals. Mansfield couldn't get it, neither Koutafidis. Freeborn ripped off the ball. Lenny Hayes asks why. Freeborn to take it. Too far out to score. Can chip short and does so to Koutafidis, who's still a good 55. Again, he goes short. They're mucking around with this in the pocket. Beaumont's caught. Lawrence pounces on him. Hickmott asks the question. That's an interesting shot, isn't it? And it's worked.
Well, gee whiz. I think the one earlier may have been there too, I thought. Stephen Lawrence's tackle there on the... I can't see that into that stage.
Beaumont,
yeah, Beaumont, you're right, Sandy, yeah. A bit of crowd umpiring, I thought, on that occasion.
A wry smile from Adrian Hickmott. He's got a chance now to give Carlton the biggest lead they've had in this match. Kicking from 49 metres. Tough shot. One behind.
I just reckon now with Spider at centre-half forward for St Kilda, maybe it's time to get him running the football at the moment. He hasn't had a lot of the play. Yeah, I know they're trying to have Lowe and Capuano in the ruck. I'd give Everett a bit of a go on the ball. Get him into the play.
Free kick to the Saints. Up on the line of the square to Gale. Well, in fact, Ozzie just brings the ball up. Is that how it's supposed to be? I would have thought Gale, if he was in fringe, should have got the ball. Ozzie kicks it across, and the mark is taken by Hickmott. Hickmott wants to go. Getting a lot of the ball in the last 5 minutes. Adrian Hickmott kicks well inside the 50. Houghton. So real testing time for the Saints now. Carlton making their move, and a goal here will stretch the margin to 23 points.
You know, when you have a reasonably dirty day, when one of your highly skilled players in Ozzie Jones turns the ball over when he was clear and free to use the football. He's been okay, but he's better than that.
Houghton kicks. Hit the post right near the top. So St Kilda get off the hook.
Tell you what, it could so easily have been 11-7.
Could be all
Yeah,
over.
easily, yeah.
But it is 7-11.
Could be all over, yeah.
Now Oz. Well, Hutchton, I think, has been earmarked. He got two hands on it, but he couldn't take it. Hume's waiting down in front. Delaney's there with him, and he pressures him to the line.
Interesting tactic, the Saints. I mean, he's just teeing off, isn't he,
Just
Jones?
banging the ball long, isn't he? Yeah.
Every kick in, which is a little unusual these days.
I think if you're going to kick it long, Dennis, out of your back line, I think go a bit wider, go more towards that boundary, because what Carlton are doing, they appear to be just punching that ball back and inside their 50 in their forward line.
I think the player you're kicking it to needs to come back deeper.
Absolutely, deeper and wider.
And run to the ball himself.
Yep.
Load, after doing the ruck work, comes away. Not a lot on offer, and on that right foot, he just finds 35 metres in the boundary line, causing a throw in on the centre wing. $18 points the margin. Porter and Lowe. Gale's hand pass finds 10 metres. It's still in. Moyle does well to Burke. Almost gets claimed. Not before he gives it to Hayes. Here's a chance for the Saints. Hayes, clever kick.
Well done.
Voss can play on and go into the open goal. Steadies, a bounce, shoots and goals. Brett Voss gets his first. Very handy one for the Saints after the Blues didn't take advantage of a number of opportunities at the other end of the groove.
Yeah, no doubt, Sandy. I think it was Mark Gales who handball kept the ball alive here. Good play here by Burke, and this is the kick you caught across the body here. Lenny Hayes, one of the exciting young talents of the St Kilda side. To find Brett Voss has been pretty good today so far, and they're back in the ball game, aren't they?
Most unlike Craig Bradley, close to the boundary line. All he had to do was go and take the ball, didn't he? Just push it across.
Absolutely, Dennis.
Most unlike him. Normally only a ball player. That time went at the man, and the ball didn't take care of itself. So approaching halftime, 7-11, 6-5. Very important goal for the Saints, that one. Can they grab another one? Moyle over the ball, running back towards centre half back with plenty of company on one knee to Peckett. Now here's a chance for the Blues. Out wide, the mark is taken by Hickmott. Thought about the hand pass. Plenty of leads on offer. Goes down to Hume. He's 55 metres out from goal. Going back is Wiggins. Whitnell comes on the lead. It goes in that direction. He couldn't hang on. Hutchton had it knocked away down there. Battles with a couple of Blues players. Houlihan was dragged down. Close to the boundary line. Hayes, I don't think was too serious about keeping it in. So a boundary throw in. Almost half time. Carlton by 12 points.
Let's watch Mark Porter again. A couple of kicks behind the plays. Did it pretty well so far today.
Hamill doing what he needs to do. He's coming across to try and be outnumbered 2-1, but at least be with him to give a contest. Whitnell, meantime, kicks down towards full forward. Koutafidis, was he being held? The crowd thought so. Nothing doing. He's deep in the pocket. He's across the line. He's very deep in the pocket. So a boundary throw in.
I just reckon he's not right, Kuda. It just doesn't be moving too freely or too, you know, I still reckon he's got a few problems made with that knee. Just doesn't look right.
Hot and clean possession with the outside of the boot. Jones scrambles it towards the boundary line, and it's out adjacent to the behind post.
Need a fairly strong heart, don't you, with Oz?
I think with the Saints in general.
Particularly when the ball's about 2 metres in the air, I think you may have to pick it up.
It's been a scrambly old game today, though. Missed completely by Lowe. Fraser Gehrig hits it back towards the middle. Kazetsky worked out of the ball, taken by Lowe. That's better, gets it to Gale.
Gale's away with a long hand pass. Going to be okay. The Saints, they've got a couple of minutes to score, and they dearly love another one. Everett tries to jump over the top of Manton. At the back is Porter, just paddling it forward, trying to accommodate Massey. McKay is there. Porter decides to do it on his own, the big man, and he does well. But the kick lets him down. Delaney first to it. Caught by Houlihan, then got out of it. Thompson, the hand pass is going to be okay. Here they go, look out for Marsh, you're going to get collared. He does by Porter. It's not very pretty, but it's tight and it's hard, as you would expect. Two teams absolutely desperate. And we've got a ball up between centre wing and half forward. Brett Ratton again at the bottom. Here's Porter.
I think umpire Vozza will be the best bouncer in the AFL by 5 o'clock tonight.
Lowe and Porter. Gale couldn't take it, and it is half time. It's half time in a tight one. St Kilda scoring a couple of goals early in the second quarter. There's Den seeing umpire Vozzo off at half time. But then Carlton hitting back with goals from Hickmott, Houlihan and Koutafidis, who has 2 for the half. And that has enabled them to steady the ship. They have in fact stretched their lead. It was 1 point at quarter time. At half time it is Carlton 7-11 53, St Kilda 6-5 41. Quarter. Here we go. Second half at Optus Oval. 12 points the margin. First goal vital, especially for the Saints. They dearly love to stay in it. The Koutafidis hand pass upset Porter, but they're able to get it away through Jimmy Plunkett. It's a high ball up to the half-forward line. Hickmott couldn't take it. Houghton gets edged out by Voss. He copped a heavy one in the second quarter, but he's okay now. Hickmott again asked the question, and this time, unlike in the second quarter, he doesn't get the answer in the affirmative. Fletcher is the man at the bottom.
Just watching a couple of old stages here. Nathan Burke playing in the far forward flank, picked up by Craig Bradley, who's playing on a half-back flank.
Suddenly got considerably cooler here at Optus. Ratton, chance once more. He's been the man who sparked the engine room. Hudgstone in trouble, but did well. Hickmott got his hands on it, but that was all. So too did Delaney. Was able to sneak it out the back door. They got it up towards centre wing. Capuano, hand pass over the top. McKay's been very good, but he won't get Lawrence. Swings in towards half forward now. Manton is at the back. Tries to affect the spoil. Waiting down is Rice. Running out of room, he goes to Bradley. Back to Rice, going right across the face of goal. It's going to be okay. He finds Fletcher.
Massey, untidy. Voss did well. Massey heads towards the boundary line. Fletcher makes amends, or tries to, but puts it out of bounds, I think, on the full. No, in fact, he crossed the boundary line before he kicked it, so a good result as far as the Blues are concerned. Boundary throw in. Down towards left full forward for the Saints. Everett props in front, hooks it down behind. Well done. Thompson's hand pass back towards centre half forward. Lawrence falls over. He's over the footy. McKay's got him. That ball's not coming out. So ball up about 45 metres out from the Saints attacking goal.
Looks like young Lenny Hayes has got the job on Anthony Koutafidis, who's now on the ball. Fraser Gehrig's playing on a half-back flank, picking up Brendan Pavall at this stage.
There's the bounce. Ruckman lock up. Everett helps it on its way down towards full forward. Milne a half chance. Rice was taken high. Bradley, advantage is paid. McKay comes away. Chips out wide. Manton meters in the clear. He's at left half back. Can stop. Measure his options. Pops it in short. Took a good option. Ratton's hand pass was a shocker at the feet of Massey. Chopped off by Young. Young a probing. Kicked down towards full forward. Everett had it. Lost it. McKay. Quick hands away. Koutafidis. Both sides missing a chance there. Towards the outer side, Fletcher. Leaves it back. Plunkett. Still he goes, Plunkett. Back towards the voice and Fletcher. Fletcher, half smothered. It bounces up towards the wing. Gehrig gets it across towards Hayes. Hayes 75 metres out. Gets it to Burke. And it needs a finish. Some lackluster football. Burke comes out wide to Gale. Now, Gale normally is a very good kick.
I just want someone to go back and have a kick now. I mean, both sides, once again, it's been a pretty scrappy start to this third quarter, the 3-minute mark of the third term. Overusing the footy, both teams so far in this third quarter.
Margin is 12 points. Mark Gale kicks and kicks truly. His first.
Well, no doubt that's a start the Saints certainly wanted. Mark Gale's been pretty good since crossing from the Fremantle Dockers here. I just thought here Nathan Burke was probably in distance. Being an experienced player, didn't turn his back completely on the play, got back fairly quickly and found Mark Gale, who made position on that half-forward flank. A terrific start here in the third quarter for the Saints.
Steve Kernahan, senior coach Wayne Britton. Realising they've got a mighty challenge here this afternoon as Thompson takes it out of the middle for St Kilda again. Burke floated across the front of the pack, but it bounced off his chest. Comes out the back door. They might get another opportunity through Hamill. He gets caught. Taken high is the son of Terry. And he's going to get a free kick and a chance to kick his second goal in as many minutes.
Pretty sloppy tackle at the end by Simon Beaumont.
Looked more like Roy Higgins, didn't he?
Well, he just wanted to jump on top of him. Gee whiz.
Gale from 50 metres.
Well done.
Clever kick. Well disguised, and now Lenny Hayes is 25 metres closer to goal and should convert.
Yeah, no doubt, Sandy. He caught that well. He disguised that beauty. I thought he was going to have a shot for goal. He gave every indication to do that. Lenny Hayes has been a very good player in the first half for St Kilda. He's one of their young guns. He's on a bit of fire at the moment. 6 kicks and 10 handballs.
Yep. This to level of scores. And now 50. 50 metres. Is it?
Must be against.
No, it's gone against Carlton in the square. And so he's being brought down. Yep.
Must be 50, Sandy.
It's got to be 50. It is. Massey's being brought back now. So it's a gimme goal to Lenny Hayes, and this will level the scores here at Optus. Again, the Saints, as they did in the second quarter, make a flying start in the third.
It's been a strange game, hasn't it, really? I mean, at a stage there we just thought Carlton was going to put St Kilda away, but to their credit, the Saints, they just keep whacking away. And it's been at the centre bounce so far in this third quarter that Matthew Capuano certainly has got on top of Mark Porter. That last centre bounce was like a training drill when he tapped that ball down to Andrew Thompson to get that ball inside 50. Great start again for the Saints in the third quarter.
So the scores are level, 53 apiece. Capuano and Porter. Porter in closer. It's a good bounce too.
Oh.
Porter thumps it down towards half forward, making his intentions obvious. Spills to the back. Kazetsky gets it away to Gale. Gale sweeps it wider still. This is Hudson. Hudson kicks it up towards the wing, and Milne. They're rejuvenated, the Saints, at the moment. They've come out sparking since the major break. He goes across the ground, taken by Baker. Baker alongside the centre circle. Will kick it down to half forward. Just sets it up. Hamill is there. Almost a big spectacular grab. He was taken high, Hamill. He's clutching his right eye. There'll be a bounce. Watch it again. He launches himself. Earlier today he marked one like that on the outer side. Could have almost got a free there too. Everett in front, tries to hook it. Goldwood. Freeborn, quick hands. Beaumont in a tight situation. Porter, well done. Got it to Plunkett. Plunkett couldn't control it initially. Now burst through the centre. Kicks down towards half forward. Well, somebody was holding. I'm not sure who. Koutafidis comes away with a footy and kicks it behind. No free kick. The umpire put it in the too hard column.
Yeah, no, I think it's the right decision.
Play on, you think?
Yeah,
Give it to the game, Dougie.
A crack, yeah.
1 point in it. Lawrence will be a flyer from behind, trying to spoil Freeborn. Hayes down in front. Could have been legged. Voss.
He's gone, Lawrence.
Pass
Hamstring.
over the top. Lawrence gone, is he?
Yep, hamstring.
I think you're right. Having a look at him. We'll keep an eye on that as Bradley has it in the centre of Optus Oval. Short to Ratton. The old firm. Steadying things down. Well, Lawrence, he might be okay. It might have just been a slight jar. That's a good lead. And Favola escaping. And now having a shot 25 metres out, 45-degree angle.
Yeah, you're right there, Sandy. Steve Lawrence maybe just a cramp there in the calf. It may have been. I thought it was a hamstring.
Brendan Favola kicked a goal in the first quarter. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities to date. But this to give Carlton a 7-point advantage. Set shots have been his problem. And they continue to haunt him slightly. Lawrence still not 100%, just trying to shake the problem free.
It's like Voss off the ground and Justin Hackett back on the ground for the Saints, going to a half-back flank.
Yeah, Lawrence is heading off too, so there may be more to that than meets the eye.
Might have just cramped up.
I think you might be right there, Dennis. It didn't appear to just give his foot a bit of a shake on the ground there, and he appeared to be okay, but here we are again. Maybe looking at his knee then.
Koutafidis out of the air, needs someone going past. Hume in all sorts of trouble. A cry of ball goes up from Saint supporters. Thompson tries to give it away, finishes with Gale. Kicks wide to the outer side. It's going to be kept in play, however. This is Plunkett to Bradley. A high ball into half forward. Where are the big guns, the high flyers, and who's waiting down? Hickmont tried to get it out towards Ratton. He goes to ground. Hotton's over the top. Hickmont there as well for the Blues, and Matthew Young making sure it's going nowhere as Stevie Lawrence receives a bit of medical attention. Still at half forward. Carlton desperately trying to stretch this 2-point lead. Hotton, Burke smothered out of the air. Don't tell me he's kicked that. Oh, the master of the engine room has done it again. Brett Ratton kicks his second, and again Carlton kicks clear.
Well, that's just the class of the fellow. I mean, here we are. We see the bounce up deep in forward for Carlton. The tap out looked like from Capuano. The kick from Nathan Burke went into the back of a teammate or even a Carlton player. The ball ricocheted in the hands of this man here, Brett Ratton, who had a great game last week and is continuing that great form. Terrific goal by him.
20 possessions, Dougie.
20, is it?
20 today.
Yeah, it's been very good.
Brett Ratton coming off 37 possessions last week. He had 38 in round one against Fremantle. Here's Hayes, tackled by Ratton. So Ratton doing the hard stuff as well. Locks it in there, the 2 sevens. And a bounce inside the centre circle. His season's high last season was 40 against the Eagles in round 12. Ratton just keeps getting the footy. Capuano and Porter virtually fought a draw. Ball skews off towards the wing. Coming through as Hume liked his game. Beaumont goes short. Mansfield has taken the mark. Ratton is running hard for him. He ignores that. Favola brought his man to Ratton. Here's Mansfield from the 50. Not beyond him, this kick. It's pretty close. He's missed. Just tapering off on the breeze behind. So the margin is 9 points. And it is 9 points.
Looks like Stewie Lowe may be back on the ground now. Matty Capuano having a bit of a breather from ruck duties.
Burke wants to get on with it, so pops it over the top, back to Aussie. Question here for Lowe, who's got to beat a couple. He got a favourable bounce. Running with the ball, he did well. Oh, courageous effort by Fletcher. Stood his ground in front of Hall and Massey, who came charging out. And he's got the free kick. Comes towards Freeborn. Shepherding work from Favola. Freeborn's kick towards Whitnell. He's beaten by his opposing number 8 in Maxie Hutchton. Goes inboard to Thompson at half-back. Wider to Jones. Aussie's disposal has been a little questionable today, but he gets it towards centre wing, and the free kick's going to go the way of Aaron Hamill, as you can hear. Who's that coming off, Doug?
Favola having a bit of a breather now, Sandy.
Thank you. Packett on the outer side. Getting fairly dark here at Optus. Packett kicks towards Hall, who edges Massey. He's got too much strength for Massey. Edges him out, and Barry will have a shot. He kicked one in the first, one in the second, and this again to cut the margin to 3 points. Just his 4th kick for the day and going for his 3rd goal. So I guess in one way you could call it percentage footy if he kicks it, but he doesn't.
I suppose you go back and that's your bread and butter stuff. If you're a forward, you only have 4 or 5 kicks. You've got to kick your 3 or 4 goals, and they're the sort of goals that I think Barry Hall's just got to kick those ones.
Here's Massey after the short kick in, pops it up towards centre half back, and Fletcher running hard towards the outer side is Plunkett. He goes shorter though. Hume. It's battled hard. Hume forward of half back, goes down towards half forward. Whitnell won't get there. Strong mark taken by Delaney. At full stretch. Delaney wants to go, and he does. Kosicki Right on the wing. Kosecki runs inside the centre square now, kicks down towards half forward. Hall is surrounded. Massey flew from behind. Here's a chance for Moyle. Now he's a right footer, or rather a left footer. And as a result, it posed a problem. The ball close to the boundary line, worked across by Doring, so a boundary throw in. And Moyle was thinking about how he could get back on his left side before he took the footy.
Yeah, you're right, Dennis, no doubt about that. And with Mark Porter still playing that loose man behind, a kick behind the play in the fence, Spot Everett's got to push himself up to make a contest 2-on-1.
Lowe slaps it down in front. Plunkett hasn't been the worst of them, although that kick not the best of them. Out of bounds on the full.
I tell you, it's been pretty good. I think, Sandy, you mentioned Max Hutchinson. He's got the job on Lance Whitnell. Lance Whitnell's only had 6 touches, and I think he kicked a goal. He hasn't kicked a goal yet, so he's done a pretty good job.
There goes Moyle. Gets onto that left foot. Ball again, just too strong, too tall. And will again shoot for his 3rd goal.
There's always going to be a bit of a problem for Chris Massey with the matchup of Barry Hall. Just, as you said, too tall and just too strong, in particularly one-on-one area.
30 metres out. Big kick for the Saints, this one. Better looking kick off the boot. And he's got his 3rd. Well, they're like the little terrier. They won't go away. They continue to hang on, and the margin again is just a couple of points, Dougie.
Yeah, Sandy, they just keep coming. There's that man again, Brett Moyle, who I rate very highly. One of their young guns, one of their young stars, along with Hayes and Beath and these type of young kids. And there it is, Barry Hall. We mentioned a couple of times, it may sound like a broken record. He just appears so more comfortable and more relaxed up in that forward line and the back line.
It's interesting, at this time last year, Brett Moyle was still on the rookie list. He made his debut in round 6 against the Lions, so he's come a long way. He is a handy player. Tight game again. Lowe goes up high, knocked it down. Plunkett slips away from Lowe, smothered off the boot. It ricochets across to Young. Young chips out wide. Doring's got it. Running for him is Hickmott. It goes in that direction. And Hickmott stretches, takes the mark. Running back towards the goal square is Mansfield. Mansfield works in front, not required. Koutafidis hung in the air a long time, and Koutafidis made it his.
I've just got a gut feeling that Malcolm Blight will get a video of this game, sit the players down, say, look at these mistakes. It's going to cost you maybe victory here out of these 8 or 9 goals that Carlton kicked so far.
Koutafidis kicks the goal, his 3rd.
It must be frustrating for Malcolm Blight to sit there and watch a kick like that from Matthew Young. He's been pretty good on the half-back flank. There's young Doring, who's just came on the ground there for the Carlton side to find Hickmott. And here we are. The thing about Koutafidis, he'll get in front and got rewarded. Kicked 3 goals now, Kouta.
At the moment, the Blues having the ability to steady when St Kilda seriously challenge on the scoreboard. Porter again smashes it despite being put on his rump by Lowe, and he's got a free kick for his troubles. Matty Allen is in the stands. Stephen Silvani is in the stands. It's a depleted Blues lineup. Now Bowman will get back onto the left foot. Straight down the middle towards Cooter again. Oh, the back. Whitnell does the roving. Almost got there. Houlihan taking it into the pocket. Hume running out of room. Kept in play by Houlihan. Does a 360. Back to Hume again. Tries to get a kick. Look at this. It is tight and hard and tough in there, and eventually it's Baker. Kick partly smothered. Surely it's over the line. Throw it in. Well, I don't know how many stats were in that, Den, but you could get them all on I-7, couldn't you?
If they kept up. Full-time job, that.
Here's the throw-in. Lowe trying to slap it out the back door. Not successful. Jimmy. Plunkett's hand pass. Almost a little too quick. Mansfield, another one. Freeborn. Freeborn over the top. Carlton answer again.
Just seem to have their measure, don't they?
Yep. Freeborn's first. Carlton's 10th. 10-14, 74. Again, breaking away to a 14-point advantage.
Yeah, you just wonder, Dennis and Sandy, if St Kilda's got enough petrol in the tank. Can they just keep coming? And as Dennis said there, I mean, Carlton just seemed to find another gear and just something to stop St Kilda's charge, and could be very costly, that one. And once again, I mean, St Kilda just keep turning the footy over.
And young Plunkett's been involved a bit too in most of their good work in this term. Rucks go at it. Ratton falling to the ground. Hume, wonderful work at Bradley. Little 1-2 with Hume. Kicks inside the 50 down towards the attacking half-forward line. Then Plunkett came up again, got a hand to the ball. Taken by Baker. Did well in a tight situation across to Hayes, who kicks through midfield. Sliding on his knees. It's taken by Everett. Lays it off to Thompson. Took a while. It affected the kick. He was under pressure. Down goes Whitnell, taken by Fletcher. Coming in was Everett. Down goes Thompson. Everett's got it. Tackled by Beaumont. Back to Hamill. Hamill's drawn a crowd. And the crowd aren't happy either. The ball comes across to Moyle. Fletcher moves onto him. Dragged him down. In goes Mackay. And the ball is punched across the boundary line.
He must have handballed that ball. The tackle from Simon Fletcher was an absolute ripper on the St Kilda punter. It was Brett Moyle. He's not happy. This supporter from sunglasses on his hat. Get the umpire a cook.
Young fella's a quick runner too.
Has he what?
Hey?
He's learning from Dad.
Well, Dad was exhausted. He couldn't go on. You tell him, young'un. Hume hand passes towards the boundary line. It's out of bounds.
Been okay, Hume, today. Been pretty good under the packs.
Everett certainly hasn't been dominant today. Tried to flick it out the back, but taken by Freeborn. Just kicked the goal. Capuano partly smothered, but gets a kick. It's going to drop a little short, however. There'll be a chance for Carlton once again to repel through Jordan Doering.
Great chase by Hickmott, man. Affected that kick.
Doering's kick dropped short. Delaney on centre wing. St Kilda desperately trying to stay in this game. The margin is now up to 14 points. Young takes it, kicks in towards the forward pocket region once again. Not a good kick, and we've got a throw in the pocket. There's Moyle, Fletcher, Rice.
As you said there, Sandy, Spot Everett's had 7 kicks and 4 marks and yet to kick a goal.
Gale at the moment on Bradley, so you've got number 37 on the 37-year-old. What an achievement that is. Thompson will take this, still outside 50. Thought about going short and is still thinking about it. He's got Barry Hall now on a lead. Hall has got to drop back into the pack. It's smashed down in front. Moyle will get there late, and we've got a throw in.
Just flooding the back line there, the Carlton side. There was only one player inside 50. That was Anthony Koutafidis, his opponent, which is Fraser Gehrig.
In the right forward pocket. Can the Saints take advantage of it? Trailing by 14 points. Freeborn doing the roving. Well, no real pressure, and he's able to escape out the back door. Pops it up towards centre wing again. Not a good kick, considering he was under no pressure. Capuano had it, but that's an excellent smother by Houlihan. Well done. Brendan Favola gives him a tap of encouragement, forcing the throw in on centre wing.
You just reckon the way the game's unfolded here, you just reckon St Kilda may need to kick the next goal. It may sound a bit strange. I know they're only 14 points down. I just think they need to get the next goal.
Mackay does the ruck work. Ratton as usual. Let's just gain 30 metres, says Brett, and he does. Very, very good. Capuano, Mackay doing the ruck work. Beetham at the back couldn't take it. Houlihan had it stolen. Look away by Baker. Houlihan will go again and again. Close to the line is Baker. Somehow Beaumont keeps it in play. Mansfield beautifully done. Chance for Carlton now, but a fresh air shot by Wiggins. Still on centre wing. Baker goes in hard again, and he is a tough little nut. Stephen Baker comes from South Colac. Another ball up.
Must be just, I think, his second run today, young Simon Wiggins. He just caught him in the action then. May just came onto the, just come on the ground there for Carlton.
Interesting to see McKay go for that last boundary throw. And where's he been for the last hour?
Yeah,
Really excited. He started well. Wiggins only as far as Hamill. Hamill's high ball down towards half forward. Porter, who's been terrific, gets a hand to it, knocks it towards the boundary, and out it goes. Haven't seen a lot of that man, Nathan Burke. Hickmott resting. From Burke to Hickmott. Two Warriors right there. In front, Hayes slips it away. Burke, the hurried kick back towards the middle. Bradley worked out of it. Peckett got fingertips to it, couldn't control it. This is Milne, 60 metres out, sets it up the hall. Must get a free kick.
Too big.
Must get a free kick. Manton reaching over the top. Can't believe it.
Well, the move has been made by Wayne Britton. Chris Massey had the job in the first half in some way. Yeah. Well.
Oh, yes, definitely. I think there was 2 or 3 of them.
Over the shoulder.
Oh. Yeah. Pick a shoulder.
Any shoulder.
Here's Hall. Needs to kick it, going at his 4th. Very important kick, this one.
He's pushed it.
He's missed it. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. 9-7 St Kilda. 10-14 Carlton. Just under 3.5 minutes from three-quarter time. It's been a tough, uncompromising game. Carlton not home yet. But the Saints could ill afford the Blues to get the next one. Here's Whitnell, rarely sighted today. He's a player not in good form. Just 3 goals so far in the season. Comes across to Rice. This time last year he kicked 12, Whitnell. Here's Manton. McKay. McKay up towards the wing. Doring. He's looked okay. Takes the mark. Plays on immediately. Uses the ball well. Brilliantly done, Hume. Now he can run to the 50. Shepherded by Wiggins. Kicks it down towards the kickoff line. Terrible bounce. Kudafiti's missed it. Taken by Gehrig. Kept his head, good vision. Gets it to Capuano.
The big man goes to the outer side. St Kilda again getting a little respite. Milne comes inboard to Beetham. Beetham's got a chance to run here. Set something up. Hall's lead is okay. And he's going to have another shot.
One bad bounce can do you in.
One bad bounce. Isn't it amazing?
Was it a shock for Kuda?
Well, Kuda did the right thing. He attacked the footy.
Yeah.
Fraser was caught 5 metres behind him. Fraser Gehrig, and the ball went there. I tell you what, I mentioned earlier that kid Stephen Milne got great vision. I thought he was going to go long into the forward line. Switched play to a player could play on to beat them. Two their young guns set this one up.
Hall, another important kick. How many times have we said it? But you've got to finish it off, Barriser. And I think he has at last. He's got it. So that's 4 goals to Barry Hall, and Molly Meldrum could be relatively pleased with that, finally seeing one go through. And again, we've just got a 7-point ball game.
Yeah, you're right, Sandy. Here's that kid again I mentioned before, Stephen Milne, a switch kick. If you're going to switch to play, it's got to be a player who can play on. And Caden Beetham was that player on that occasion. And there's Barry Hall. He just looks so good there at full forward.
I reckon Molly was listening to the footy.
Always hard to tell with Molly, isn't it?
Probably Elton John or something on the CD. So we're back in the middle.
He's very close to Madonna, I believe.
Rucks go at it. Fell at their feet. Thompson. Here come the Saints again. Beetham through the middle from about 60 metres out. This could bounce through for a goal. Set at its point. Didn't go through. Missing it was Manton. Coming through is Whitnell. It may have gone out of bounds on the full. It did. The Saints will get the ball in the pocket. Well, that was amazing. We talk about bounces. One at the other end favoured Gehrig, and that time the Saints had every reason to think it would just proceed across the line. It did not.
Kick.
Barry Hall, potentially a match winner here, will kick at his 5th right on three-quarter time.
Good play there by Nathan Burke. He's only had the 3 kicks and 8 handballs. Intelligent play by Burkey then.
This will be Hall's 3rd goal of the term if he kicks it. And he's missed a couple as well. So every time Carlton think they've pulled away, the Saints have come back at them. And Hall's missed. Dear, oh dear. Missed to the near side. So the margin is back to 6 points.
I think the word he used before, Dennis, was caress. He just tried to caress the ball, tried to guide it, didn't really kick through the ball then on occasion. Kicked it in 2 or 3 steps.
What about
the ball? Yeah, amazing.
Manton's taken an almighty swing at it. The only man up and missed it.
Manton back into play to the outer side. Clean bowls the lot. Thompson's at the back. And Saints are showing enormous grit here. He gets another chance, kicks it down towards half forward. This time chopped off by Beaumont. Whitnell. A mean, ugly punt. And he just wants to get the heck out of there. Saints have the numbers. Moyle, the hand pass over to Kazitsky, off to Young. Young threads his way through some fairly heavy traffic, kicks to Lenny Hayes, takes the diving mark, still a long way out. 60 metres as the clock ticks down. Hayes, centering ball. Hall was swamped. Carlton, the numbers waiting down. Oh, speaking of swamp, McKay was swamped after that hand pass came from During. And there will be a bounce. 25 metres out from the Saints scoring zone. They are just 6 points down, close to siren time. You can see Massey and Milne, McKay, Hayes. Past Massey, taken by Ratton, off to McKay. Well, the Saints there had their chances in that last 5 minutes. Barry Hall took advantage of a couple of opportunities in that quarter. He kicked 2 and he has 4. But I guess most importantly, he's kept St Kilda, Dougie, right in this game.
He certainly has, Sandy, no doubt about that. And to their credit, they just keep coming, don't they, the Saints? I thought maybe Carlton was going to slip away, but they just keep coming. And their young guns have been terrific. Hayes, Beetham, and the young kid up in their forward line, young Stephen Mill.
So all set up for a big finish here at Optus Oval. At three-quarter time, Carlton leads 10-14, 74. St Kilda, 10-8, 68. St Kilda's got away to a flying start in the second and third quarters. What's going to happen in this final term? Porter sets himself up against Stewie Lowe, 299 gamer, knocking on the door of Barry Breen's record. Ratton sets them going via Plunkett up to the forward line, inside 50. Beautiful pick up by Hume, gives it to Houlihan. He should goal, and he's been watching Barry Hall. That's an awful miss. Little pressure and strolling into goal, and one behind the result.
Good play by Hume there to get rid of his opponent. Just pushed him off. Yeah, terrific play. Inside 50 that third quarter. St Kilda 16, Carlton 7.
Jones back into play. St Kilda getting a reprieve. Smash down in front. Hume might be in the thick of things once again. They'll have another crack at it. And that's better. That is better. Just the start that Carlton wanted in this final quarter.
Favola.
Yep.
Brendan Favola has kicked his second goal. That's what he likes when they're on the run. And again, the Blues get a little bit of breathing space.
I think we've seen that a few times now where the Saints out of their back line decided to kick the ball longer under the pressure, and Carlton have just punched the ball forward, and they did that on that occasion. Quick hands there to set Favola up for his second goal.
Strange game. Both clubs have enjoyed periods of dominance. Just for the moment, Carlton have started brilliantly in this final term, and Hume's been in the thick of it. Plunkett too, grabs this one, digs it out of the centre, kicks down towards half forward. Hume and Jones. Jones was being hung on to at the back. Houlihan held by the arm.
Great
That's
tackle.
holding the ball. Hard to teach that tackle.
50. Got to be 50, yep.
Not the classic tackle, but effective nevertheless. Delaney off a step. Beetham inside the centre square, launches it very high. Back goes Hall over the top. Manton did well, got it down to Whitnell. Whitnell hurriedly onto the boot, swings it out wide. Doring leads in the race. He's been very skillful this afternoon. And again, nifty, if you don't mind, around Kazitsky. Goes in short. Try that a few times. Favola kicks inside the 50. Leading back in the race is Hickmott. Saints all around him. He got to the boys. Brilliantly done. Mansfield snaps. Will it bounce through? Back goes Gehrig. Didn't touch it. Or did he? Yes, he did. Behind.
Gee, that was clever play there by Hickmott to just hit that ball back, slapped it back. He was never going to get to the contest to set Mansfield up for that shot. Good play here by Fraser Gehrig just to get a hand to it.
82 plays 68. Carlton doing the early attack. Beetham in towards Kazitsky. Looping hand pass to Peckett, over the top to Baker. He's 52 metres out. He passes. He wants Hall. Manton this time is the effective spoiler. Smashes down. Oh, he pulls that ball in underneath him. What's the umpire going to say?
Sometimes players have just got to take responsibility. Baker had to run in and kick a goal, didn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had time probably to go to his preferred side there, Dennis, on the right foot. He kicked it on the left side of the body. And of course, lacked a bit of penetration.
Everett beautifully to Buck. Saints answer. Magnificent play.
Well, that was terrific play there by big Spider Pete Everett. Had a pretty quiet day. That's just a terrific tap out to Nathan Burke. Both players, be fair to say, to their standards have been fairly quiet, but in that passage of play to the old, well, one of the old stages, and Pete Everett, terrific play.
Malcolm Blight very much involved now, knowing his club needs a win this afternoon. Low. Ratton across to Bradley. Bradley out of the middle down towards half forward. Hudson reaching over the top. Couldn't hang on. Koutafidis. They all slipped over around him. Got it to Hume. Houlihan. Can he make amends? No. Bounces through for a behind.
I just thought then Max Hutchinson should have punched in. He was caught behind. It's your job if you're a defender. I know he outmarked a couple of times his opponent there, but just on that occasion you've got to punch.
Short one. Gehrig juggles it. Still deep in his own defensive area. His side down by 9 points. And Gehrig taking plenty of time. Wide-eyed. Kicks it up towards the wing. Hamill's in front. Taylor-made for destruction from behind. They well played. Whitnell got it down to Doring. Again, kept his head. Got it to Beaumont. A tiny hand pass. Beetham spins past Ratton. Breaks away. Kicks down towards half forward. Mansfield will need to go. Spills wide of the pack. Picked up by McKay. He slipped over. Comes back towards Freeborn. Going to the ground. Down goes Porter too. Thompson's over the top. It spills out. Great desperation by Fletcher. Dived on the footy. Got it to Beaumont. Throws it on the boot. Ratton almost outmarked there by the big man Kazitsky. He was taken down. May have been deserving of a free kick. Nothing doing. It's out of bounds. Boundary throw in.
Geez, you can't question the commitment of St Kilda, can you? I mean, they've been terrific.
Fletcher very good there for Carlton too.
24,385 here today. Pretty good crowd. You go back in the history of these two clubs, really Carlton has dominated. Freeborn takes it from Bradley towards Koutafidis, but Gehrig had a metre on him. Gehrig will like this from here onto the left foot to Hayes. And Lenny Marks on half back. Centering ball is okay to Beetham, who's been busy early on in this final quarter. Just tumbles one over the top. That was to Kazitsky. The big man more than content to pass out the sweeping hand pass. Taken by Hayes. Here comes Hall. Can't mark. Pressure again on Carlton. Massey, a short kick, gathers little distance. St Kilda still in with a chance. The Hamill hand pass towards Gale. Son of Terry goes over the top to Baker. This time he has a shot, but it's going to drop well short. And Whitnell, who's been pretty quiet, marks and goes to the outer side, giving the 37-year-old a chance to run. The legs of a 20-year-old as he kicks towards Ratton, the old firm, back in town. Brett Ratton looks up towards the middle of the ground. They could have raffled that one. Favola is on centre wing and he goes long. Kuda edges out Gehrig. How are they going to get back? How's the umpire going to see it?
Kuda free.
20 metres out.
Held, said the umpire.
Well, it'll be interesting to see a replay. If this Fraser Gehrig is in a state of shock, he can't believe it. What do you think, Doug?
Well, he's playing in front here. No way. That is a shocker. Absolute shocker. They've been pretty good, the umpires, let me say that, but that was just...
Spoken by a man who finished fourth in the Brownlow.
Well, Sandy, I was a ball player, as you know.
I know.
Dennis, that was a shocker, wasn't it, truly? I mean, that was ordinary. Is that a fair call?
I didn't see the hole, but I saw the umpire indicate a hole.
Koutafidis then.
Don't turn on me.
This could be a very, very decisive moment in this game. Kuda from 25 metres shoots towards goal and the groans tell the story. One behind. Gee, they've had some chances, haven't they?
Have they? What? Here we are again. Well, hang on. There was a little.
Was there a little
bit of a grab?
Ah, see.
Let me retract that savage attack on the umpire.
Right, a tug-it, you can call
Yes.
it.
Here's Jones driving it deep. Good kick too. Finds Young. Hard against the boundary line. Told to play on. Backs off his man. Lucky to get away there. Young kicks it up towards the wing. In front, Whitnell. That's a strong grab. Whitnell in front of Everett, who makes life difficult. Whitnell with the footy. Looks across the ground. Long ball. Massey will fly from the side. Touched it. Knocked it inside the 50. Taken by Jones. Steps around nicely. Kicks towards half forward. Everett's got it now. Lowe is storming past. Hamill wants it in space. The kick is interesting. Lowe is coming back. Hamill comes across.
Thompson.
Hamill's got it. About 40 metres out. Thompson was headed off down towards the goal square. And the crowd venting their spleen on Aaron Hamill, but he has a chance to really hurt his old club here. How about this? He's played a pretty good game today, too. He's worked hard. Yet to kick a goal. 10 points the difference. Some bad karma, but he kicks it through. Hamill gets the goal.
They just won't lie down, the Saints, will they? And a great thing to see too after Harold. Looks like Stewie Lowe's having a bit of a spell here. Great kick out of the defence there from Aussie Jones to find Spider Everett. And it was great to see about 10, 12 teammates run over to Aaron Hamill and say, mate, you little beauty, well done. And played in front once again, which he always has.
Well, 4 points in it. Again, St Kilda challenges. So far, Carlton's been able to answer. Porter and Capuano. Won by the former. Past Hickmott, however, taken by Young, but he gives it straight to Porter. Tumbles a punt down towards half forward. The bouncing ball eluded Kosicki. Bradley! A captain's goal is required. He's kicked it. Bradley gets his first. And Carlton answer in a matter of seconds to again stretch the lead to 10 points.
Well, just there's that man again, Mark Porter's been a very good player in the ruck here for Carlton. Just think that when you can't keep a great player like Craig Bradley down, he's only had 14 odd touches, I think it is, and now he's kicked that goal. Terrific play by the skipper.
So the margin back to 10 points. Rucks go at it. Capuano and Porter. Porter's been very good today. Burke got a hand to it. Gale, quick hands away, intended for Hayes. Comes back to Plunkett. Somehow got boot to ball. Over the top, Jones got a fist on it. Spills wide. Kosicki under pressure. Hurried kick down towards half forward. Everett's in front. And he's taken this mark just inside the 50. I'd venture to say he'll kick from outside the 50. Not beyond him this one.
Big kick, Dennis, but in it from there.
Yeah, he'll kick from about 54, 55. Everett, a quiet afternoon. Kicks long. He's got it. What a game.
Well, I reckon we've seen it all today. I mean, it's been a strange game of footy. Saints were gone, Carlton was struggling, and Saints got back in, and Carlton got back in, and here we are once again. Young Kaczynski on that occasion kicks the ball nice and long. Everett getting in front and going back and kicked a big goal. A great goal by Spider Everett.
What a great last quarter. Goal for goal, though, Dougie, at the moment.
Oh, no doubt about that, Sandy.
And Malcolm, welcome back to the coach's box. He loves it. Out of the middle, Porter goes to ground. Burke gets it out of the centre, puts it out towards Moyle, leads Fletcher in the race. Fletcher needs help. Freeborn pounces on that. Scoots up towards Beaumont on centre wing. Smash clear of him by Hudson, who's quick to recover, but he's got to go again, Maxey. He's caught. Beautiful tackle. Freeborn too, but not before he gets it away to Bradley. Bradley steadies on the right boot going in towards 50. Houghton takes the mark. Too far out to score. He's 60 metres out. Houghton has a look down towards Kuda territory. Kuda Fetty's at the back. Kuda! wobbles, goal! What a finish! Koutafidis gets his fourth. He's got one in each quarter. And again, we've got a 10-point ball game.
I think Carlton like that matchup, Koutafidis and Gehrig too, Dougie.
I think you're right there, Dennis. They do appreciate that because what they've done, they've isolated the forward line more or less, where you've got Gehrig and, of course, Koutafidis playing in the goal square. That man, Bradley, brilliant play by the old stage, just set the play up to get Carlton that goal once again. Good play by him.
Anthony Koutafidis, 4 goals this afternoon, back to 10 points, still plenty of time. Carlton doing well inside the centre square for the moment. Plunkett had a very good game. Digs it out of the middle down towards half forward. Drifting back is Jones. Makes it a long field when constantly you've got to attack from half back. That's the problem for the Saints at the moment. Jones generally has been kicking the ball very long this afternoon. Goes short this time. Thompson plays on, swings it wide. Everett with Whitnell closing. No mark. Whitnell goes after it. Everett showing a lot of courage. Down goes Houghton. The hand pass was good. Mansfield hurriedly onto the boot towards half forward. Loose ball taken again by Jones. Changes direction. Peckett's got it. Capuano is on. He ignores that. Goes for distance. Hall is out. None but great grab Porter. He's played a wonderful game to McKay. McKay runs away up towards the wing. Hickmott takes it. Goes. Kicks over Peckett. Down towards the 50. Koutafidis let it bounce on that time. Jones again throws it on the boot. And the ball kicks across the line. 10-point margin. Carlton on top. Last term seesawing affair.
Been good Aussie Jones and in that back line. He's turned the ball over on a couple of occasions. But outside of that, he's had a pretty good game down there. Given plenty of run. Been terrific.
Capuano and Houghton. Thompson runs into trouble. Plunkett's been very good. Like a junior Adrian Gleeson. So we've got another throw in. Don't forget all your footy information, your previews, tipping. All comes your way on i7 Sport.
What about Fridays? The word from Sandy, one of my favourites.
I know. Tipster's nightmare. That's unbelievable. Burke towards Kazitsky, who's done some handy work today. He's an exciting young prospect, the boy from Brocklesby. This is Mansfield. To Bradley. Trouble here for St Kilda. Braddles is still a long way out. 55 metres.
Had the kick been better, he could have spotted him well inside the 50.
He'll look down towards Koutafidis' territory. It's a congested forward line. Everyone covered. Simon Wiggins is back out on the ground. He's just walked on. He puts it up in that area, and there he is.
Well called.
Simon Wiggins has a chance to possibly have a huge say in Carlton winning this game.
Well, he called it beautifully, Sandy. He just strolled onto the ground here. One grab it too. What a ripper mark by young Wiggins.
He was Carlton's 3rd pick in the draft, 15th overall. 18-year-old from Tasmania, and he can cover himself in glory, and he's kicked the goal. Welcome, Wiggins. A late inclusion with Matthew Lappin and Scott Camporelli not taking their place in the lineup. So Wiggins and Culpet came in, and he'll remember that kick for a long time to come, Douglas.
Well, you just look at the last 3 goals for Carlton, and that man has been involved is the skipper, Craig Bradley. Just done the right thing, kicked the ball to the centre of the square, and he was rewarded.
He's in a unique club. 2nd kick in league football. That's a goal.
2nd kick, is it?
So the margin is 16 points. Carlton celebrate there. Is it premature? Burke out of the middle, down towards half forward. Massey did well. Freeborn with pace. Kicks it out very wide. Kazitsky, the big man, and Bradley closing. What a contrast there. The veteran and the youngster. Freeborn slipped over the top. Gale. Free kick is going to Freeborn. He's been lively in this final term across half back. Freeborn will go for distance. Sends it long. Houghton favoured by the kick. Nobody near him. Terrible defence. Massey runs down towards the kick-off line. Kudafiti's in the opposite direction. Fisted away by Gehrig. Taken there by Doring. Got it across to support. Wiggins. Awkward hand pass from McKay. Picked up by Mansfield. And Mansfield's kicked the behind. That would have sewn it up.
Would have been the ball game, I think.
I think so. Still life in it, but the Saints will need to get a wriggle on.
Hodgson. Back towards centre wing. What an excellent grab by Favola. He's an exciting player. Brendan Favola. Long in towards half forward once again. They came charging at it. Who's that having a shot?
Ratton, I think.
He's kicked another one up behind his poster. Yeah, we're getting a bit excited here at Optus. Brett Ratton. But even now, every behind is making it tougher for the Saints. 3 kicks, 3 straight kicks. Beetham's away on half-back. He looks in towards the centre wing, and Spidak comes clearing out. A very poor kick onto the chest of Michael Mansfield. Mansfield's got the left-footed Beaumont running past, chipping to half forward, again finding Ratton, the captain of the engine room, gives it to Plunkett. He pops it over the top to Bradley and to Hickmott, and this could be it. Been good, Jimmy Plunkett, hasn't he?
Been good, hasn't he? Sandy,
what
right,
are his
Jimmy
stats,
Plunkett.
Kev?
He's had a few, hasn't he? Plunkett, 15 and 5 he's had. 15 kicks, 5 handballs, and he's had 9 marks.
And a lot of time on the bench,
Yeah. Hickmott, 10 kicks and a chance for his second goal. This one to really seal it for Carlton, and he's done it. The Blues look home. Kick one in the second quarter and now has one at the same end again. The Blues 15th. So it looks as though their little mini losing streak here at Optus is about to come to an end.
Yeah, I think you're right, Sandy. And there's that. Jimmy Plunkett's had a very good game. Started on the bench. Had plenty of the football. As you said, he's had 20 touches now after 3 marks. And he's set up a lot of their forward drive in this last quarter.
7 minutes to go. 24 points the margin. Not impossible. Highly unlikely. One down by Capuano. Beetham with dash. Hand passes out wide. Moyle's got the run of it. Dragged down by Mansfield. Play on's the call. Comes back to Hamill. Gets it away to Thompson. Looping hand pass over the top. Baker in trouble. Claimed by Bradley. Jarred out of there. Hickmott hand passes about 10 metres. Thompson is ridden down. McKay got him. Thompson will get a free kick. Wasting no time. Kozetski pushing up. Back to Thompson. Thompson down towards half forward. 75 metres out. Fletcher favoured by the kick, though. They're breaking down across half forward. Fletcher swings it out wide. Plenty of Blues out there. Picked up by Ratton. McKay drives it down towards half forward. Wiggins on the lead through his fingertips. Runs loose at the back. Kudafiti's leads up. Kudafiti's right on the 50 on his knees. Springs to his feet. Steps around an opponent. The kick was half blanketed off his boot. Wiggins fed it back. Hickmott gets it to Favola. And Favola has kicked it behind.
Deserved a better finish, didn't it, that build-up?
Yeah, certainly did. Still, I don't think Kuda looks too free there, but geez, it was brilliant play. But it went to the ground, found his feet, stepped a couple of players. Just very unlucky that the ball was smothered.
Voss can't mark. Doering goes short. We'll take it again from Plunkett, who'll chip in towards half forward. His target there was the man who came on in Simon Wiggins, who's already kicked the goal. Couldn't find him. Back again towards Doering. Goes inboard to Mansfield. He can play on here. Likes the left foot. Centering into half forward. Clean bowls the lot. At the back is Hickmott. Around the body he goes. No one at home. Jones drops it, but he recovers. He's got time. Comes out of the back pocket. Looks in towards Baker, who marks in front of Bradley. Time now an enemy of St Kilda's. He gives it to Jones. Jones kicks down to half forward. Chopped off by Beaumont again. He swings it back through Hickmott, who's been a very, very good avenue today. Look at this. Look at that finish. Adrian Hickmott. Third goal, and she's all over.
Well, it's been very good, Hickmott, hasn't he? And now he's kicking the 3 goals. Beaumont's had a pretty good contest there with Aaron Hamill. Kicks the ball nice and long, and here's Hickmott. Looks up forward, looks around, saw himself nice and clear, and decided to go long, kicked his 3rd goal. Been very serviceable on half forward flank.
Tough customer. Adrian Hickmott, 3 goals. And Carlton have finished very strongly. Porter knocks it down. Beat them in the grass. Got boot to ball down towards half forward. Burke couldn't hang on to the mark. Fletcher slides in. He's over the footy. And the umpire, as you'd expect when the game is won, decides that it's a free kick to Burke. Hand pass comes to Beetham. They lose patience with winning teams. The kick goes down towards the pocket. Manton was up. Here's a chance for Hall, 20 metres out around the corner, and he kicks a goal. His 5th.
Been a lone hand up forward. Barry Hall, 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and now that one. The contributors for St Kilda, Lenny Hayes, is their only other multiple scorer for the day. He has 2, but one could suggest that the bird has well and truly flown. Just over 4 minutes remaining. 25 points is the margin. And Porter smashes it down to the half-forward line. He's done well. Peckett in all sorts of trouble. Hickmott's got him. Carlton fans desperate for a free kick. They don't get it. Beetham's hand pass puts Hayes under the pump. They'll go again. Doering had him. And again, no call from the umpire. And listen to and look at Craig Bradley demonstrating. You don't often see that from Braddles.
What about the one at the other end, you say? Just moments ago.
Look at that. Great tackle by Hickmott. And then another one by Doering. Houghton doing the ruck work down towards Ratton. Look at him. His kick smothered, but he's quick to apply the tackle. Mansfield couldn't run onto it. Voss copped one early in the day. Hamill gives it across towards Delaney. He looks to the half-forward line. Great diving attempt by McKay. Burke continues on for the Saints. Sneaks away from McKay and Massey. The race is on. Burke leads it and continues to. Now needs support. Gets it in the form of Milne. Back pedals, goes short to Delaney. He played on. He's still outside 50. Centering ball now. Here comes Bazar. Couldn't take the mark. His immediate opponent in Manton comes away. Now Carlton can set something up. They've got players streaming down the wing. One of them is Ratton. He's away. Bradley's running for him. Ratton goes over the top to his skipper, the 37-year-old, 336 games, just 20 away from Bruce Gould. Kicks into the pocket. Mansfield's got it. He'll go back now and have a shot. He's on the left foot. Wastes no time. Centering ball. He wanted Koutafidis. Can't take the mark, however. And the end result is 1 behind. 16-22, so they've had their chances. 38 effective scoring shots to 22.
Jones kicks in, finds Delaney. I think Carlton have found a player today, Jordan Doering. Very impressive on the wing as Jones unloads to midfield. Big leap, terrific mark taken by Everett. 26 points the difference. Everett kicks out wide. Getting back is McKay. Sensed the danger, read it perfectly, took the running mark, swings it wide towards the wing. Intended for Doering. Backing him up is Bradley. All the time in the world, issuing some instructions. He wants Hickmott to come towards him. Hickmott obliges. Voss is hurt. Voss in agony there as the ball goes in short. Jones has got it. And that looks pretty serious. Voss doubled up. Meantime, there's Voss clutching his ankle as he went to ground. At the opposite end, Gehrig takes it across the line for a behind. 16-23, 14-8.
It looks as though it could be that left ankle.
He was clutching it as he was falling. Now the stretcher is out there, so obviously play will stop.
Let's have another look at it again, Dennis, just so we can pick up.
You see it as he approaches the ball. It seems almost to get caught.
Yeah, and he's grasping for it in midair. Well, that's the end of a bitter day for Brett Voss. at his new club. He rode out a heavy one earlier in the day. So Malcolm loses one of his recruits. Let's hope it's not as serious as it looks at this stage.
Most unusual way to do it. Just changing direction slightly and trying to, I think, a little leverage as he went back after the footy. That's terrible luck.
There'll be a considerable hold up because they're taking him right across the ground. With just a minute and a half remaining.
He knows it's serious by the looks of it too.
Yeah.
And the young man has taken such a bold step to come down from Brisbane. Try his hand at the home of footy, Melbourne, with a club that I'm sure he thought would be on the rise. Nobody likes to see this. And so close to the end, so often away, just the dying seconds of the game. And a serious injury.
Yes. If he was looking ahead, he realised that next week the club has a very important encounter with Sydney at Colonial Stadium. Chance possibly to return to the winners list. Carlton, on the other hand, next week. Well, it's one of the great games when it comes to traditional rivalry. Carlton-Collingwood at the MCG.
Evenly matched, you'd suggest too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, my word. Collingwood certainly making fast inroads on the leading clubs this year. Well, play set to continue. So Jones will bring it back to Garrick. Garrick short to Gale. Gives it again to Jones, who drifts down towards Peckett. Off to Delaney. Delaney, as they just go through the motions now. Spider, well, it ends really a pretty dark day for him. Taken by Beaumont. That kick also interesting, but Caden Beetham also lost it. Almost like magicians at work. No such problem maybe for Ratton. Well, he did get caught on that occasion. Not before he got it away to Mansfield. Mansfield runs through the centre now. Looks up towards the half-forward line. Carlton looking to finish in a blaze of glory. Favola is the man, but he's on all fours. Hamill comes charging in. Kazitsky is there, and young Kazitsky is held up. In the meantime, a free kick has been picked up, and it's going to go the way of Favola. So his opportunity of finishing with his third goal, kicked one in the first and one earlier this term. .45 out, almost directly in front. Kazitsky on the mark. It's a tall boy, so he's got to get well and truly over him. And he does finish in a blaze of glory on the siren here at Optus Oval. Favola finishes with 3. And Carlton return to the winners list here at Optus Oval. Final scoreline, Carlton 17-23, 125. Have beaten St Kilda 14 goals, 8, 92. The eventual margin 33 points in favour of the Blues after they led by 6 points at the final siren.
Another big afternoon for Brett Ratton. 33 possessions, Plunkett 22, Hume 24. And certainly Hume and Plunkett, when the game was there to be won, really worked hard to lend some assistance to Ratton.
Yeah, he's an exciting young player, Jimmy Plunkett, getting a second chance at senior level. Thompson tried hard. Caden Beetham too for the Saints. Dougie Hawkins is down there at the moment, mingling amongst the players, and I think we might have the opportunity of perhaps speaking with Brett Ratton. Ratton, as we said, 17 kicks, 16 hand passes, 33 possessions for Brett. Let's hear from him now. Here's Dougie.
Yeah, thanks very much, Sandy and Dan. Brett, hard-fought win, wasn't it? I mean, your kicking, as you just mentioned then, sort of let you down. It could have been a big win, but it was a hard-fought win, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. The sort of conditions were a little bit slippery, and you know, we just didn't make the most of our opportunities. But we needed to win today, and especially at home. We've lost 2, and we don't usually do that. So hopefully we're on the right track.
And I thought the move of Mark Porter playing that kick behind the play was very handy to give you back on a bit of a drop out. I thought he had a bit of an influence on the game.
Yeah, he was sensational. You know, he really stood up for us today, and you know, Lance Whitnell went to centre half back in the last quarter and did a great job as well.
And your own form, mate, just keep getting it. You're going beautifully.
You have your weeks, and you know, just take them when they come.
Go and enjoy it, Brett. Well done, mate. Good luck. Thanks, mate. Thanks, boys.
Thank you, Dougie. Yes, he seems to have his week just about every week, Brett Ratton, Dennis, doesn't he?
He's a champion in a plain brown wrapper, isn't he?
Yeah.
One of the all-time greats at Carlton, and yet he sort of does his job, just the dirty stuff in and under all the time. Terrific footballer.
Very unassuming, like a number of players at Carlton, including Andy McKay, just gets the job done. They got the job done today. Carlton successful by 33 points here at Optus Oval.